大家好，我是八 TV 的主持人 Jack， 欢迎今天在秋高气爽的时间跟我一起来到波士顿著名的唐人街。最近2年因为疫情的问题，很多朋友都问我关于一些就业、医疗还有基础建设等一些政治问题嘛，那我没法回答大家，那我有请爱德华·费林，他作为波士顿的议长来回答大家这些问题。So nice to meet you, Edward. So today, I just want to ask you some questions. When was your last time to go out and talk to your voters and supporters?
Earlier today, I was in Roxbury at the mosque talking and listening to the Muslim community in Boston, but also last night I had an opportunity to meet with some Chinese residents here in the South End and Chinatown, and we talked about anti-Asian racism, bullying against the Asian community, and also about public schools, especially Josiah Quincy School. So today I met with people, and yesterday I met with people.
Right. Could you share some experience or stories when you worked with Mayor Wu?
Yeah, with Mayor Wu, when she was a city councilor, we worked together on environmental challenges in the Chinatown community. And we worked with the Union of Concerned Scientists on a study. And it was determined that Chinatown had the highest rate of asthma of any neighborhood in Massachusetts. So myself and Mayor Wu addressed that issue, and we're trying to work closely with the hospitals in and around this area to make sure that we address environmental challenges, but also changing the way we deal with pollution in our city in terms of housing, in terms of transmission with our automobiles as well. So it's an important issue, and we need to do more work to make sure Chinatown is a safe and healthy neighborhood.
So, by the way, how do you choose who you want to talk to? So it's randomly chosen, or you have some special group of people?
I try to meet with as many groups as I can. I try to listen to their concerns and engage them on what's happening in their neighborhood and what challenges they're facing. So it's important to listen to residents, listen to them closely, and then try to come up with a plan that can be helpful to them.
We know Boston's economy has been booming these years, especially in District 2. And how can such prosperity be sustained and promoted? And what are the opportunities for Asian Americans, especially Chinese American and students overseas starting here?
Yeah, it's important that the Boston public schools improve. We have an excellent public school here at Josiah Quincy School. We're building a brand new state-of-the-art Josiah Quincy School elementary school that's going to be built soon, along with a brand new public library in Chinatown. But it's public education is a critical component, but also internships, after-school programs, sports, but making sure that the residents here in Chinatown can prosper in this booming economy. We have the biolabs and the health sciences across the city, especially in the South Boston waterfront. We want to make sure that those jobs are open to everybody, and we would do that by making sure we have a good public school system that works for everybody.
Thank you. And what's the most popular voter appeal you have received in the past year, and how do you respond to such demands?
I would say the relationship I have with the Chinatown community is a special one. I went to grade school here. I went to Don Bosco High School. My son Stephen graduated from Josiah Quincy School. So I have a special relationship with this community. I have hired several women that are Chinese that speak Cantonese and Mandarin. So we're able to effectively communicate with the older population that speaks Cantonese and a lot of young students, international students that speak Mandarin that come to Boston. So we do a tremendous amount of outreach to the colleges and universities, especially the young students that are coming to Boston as well.
Are there any measures to help new immigrants, like to integrate into the local work and life?
Yeah, it's important that we have housing also for our immigrant neighbors, especially our Chinese community that help build this city, that help build this neighborhood. We don't want to displace them. There should be a place in Boston for the Asian community, for the Chinese community. So it's about affordable housing, opportunities, making sure that this neighborhood remains an immigrant neighborhood. We certainly welcome everybody, but we also want to make sure that the Chinese community has a presence here in Chinatown.
Last two questions. One is the economic of District 2 accounts for about 70% of Boston, and it's also the fastest growing economy in Boston. I believe that most Chinese own the business here in District 2, and in the future development, how can Chinese Americans find better investment opportunities, and what kind of policy are there that will be in favor of us Asian American, Chinese Americans?
Yeah, here in Chinatown, a lot of the businesses, small businesses, are owned by immigrants. Many are owned by women. So it's important we support immigrant-owned businesses, whether it's through the Main Street program or economic development opportunities for the city of Boston and the state. But we want to make sure this economy works for everybody and the Asian community as well. The Asian community plays a critical role in the Boston economy. They contribute greatly to the arts, the culture, sciences, math, engineering, and law and medicine. So we want to continue to make sure that there are opportunities in the workforce for the Asian community. And again, it all goes back to the public school system, making sure that our schools work for everybody, not just the great high schools such as Boston Latin or Boston Latin Academy or the O'Brien School. We want to make sure every public high school is an excellent high school.
That's great. Last question. Chinese Americans are a minority here. And in your district, how do you think we Chinese Americans can protect us, our rights, and better fulfill our neighborhood obligations?
Yeah, I think the Chinese community here in Boston and across the country, we've seen a rise in anti-Asian racism, hate, bullying. It's important that we recognize that, we acknowledge it, but we also have to make sure that we have laws in place that deal with hate crimes, but also laws in place that also encourage and support our immigrant neighbors, whether it's in public education, the workforce, in jobs, in housing. The immigrant community here in Boston, especially the Chinese community, is very important to the city. And they help build this city, they help build this country. And about the last thing we want to do is turn our back on our immigrant neighbors here in Boston. Our diversity is our strength, and I'm proud to represent the Chinese community here in Greater Boston.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's good to be with you.